Where's the Morrow?
Well, it's very small, but it'll be down. What's the village actually on the Morrow? Or is it up the hill?
Quite a good way.
See that road?
This town is Sonya, and during the war the Germans were dug in under the town and had their tanks. At night they'd bring them out and shell the small village called the Morrow village across here, which we were billeted in. We're trying to find the Morrow village. We've found Sonya, but we intend to ask some people here if they know what direction the Morrow village is in, because there's so many villages away across the valley in front of us that we're not sure which one it is.
And what happened there? You were shelled there, weren't you?
Yes. One evening we had a small fire going, or the Italians had a small fire going in this room where we were, and the sparks from the chimney must have been noticed by the Germans, because they shelled this village, and a shell hit the side of the house where we were billeted in and killed a cow, which they called a moo cow, which they used for ploughing with a wooden plough. And the shrapnel came through the wall, and a lady was sitting in front of this fire, and she had a piece of shrapnel cut across the back of her neck. Didn't harm her, but was bleeding. And another piece of shrapnel went in the wall beside my head, where I was standing with a paratrooper, an English paratrooper who had lost his way and had taken shelter. He turned round to me and said, "You're a bit lucky." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Look beside your head." And embedded in the wall was a piece of shrapnel that big. So we're trying to find the village to see if we can locate the house where we were stopping in.
To retrieve the shrapnel.
To look, maybe the shrapnel may still be in the wall. We have arrived in Spaccarelli, which is the village we used to call the Morrow village. We have met a citizen who was 8 years old when the bombing of this village occurred, and he remembered the mookas getting killed in the next room. Due mooka, which is, other words, two cows. And he remembered the soldiers. The house is no longer there. It has been bulldozed to the ground and a new, lovely home built in the spot. So we're so pleased to have found it.
Yeah.
This was the height of our trip, to return to the Morrow village, speak to someone who remembered, who was 8 years old and remembered in detail the killing of the cows.
Buildings which are now got a cost of, too dangerous to go inside. Most of the town's been rebuilt. It looks like you can see where they've repaired a bit of shell damage there in that wall. Stones and whatever they could find locally.
Very good. About your camera.
We can't get the shrapnel because the house has been the hens are laying.
Sonia over there.
First I shrapnel, bombard particles in wall, cassette, mucke, mortar, cassette.
E mo dove sta? Domanda dove sta?
Mo sta a Venezuela, dove sta? Dove?
Dove da?
Dove? Venezuela, dove?
Do you know the date?
English ora?
English.
Inglese.
Yeah, Nuova Zelanda.
Zealandia.
Ah,
Yes, New Zealand.
Ci stava Nuova Zelanda, English, nero, India.
India.
India, sì, India.
India.
Yeah.
Quindi più...
Polska.
Sì.
No, the Indian English.
Yeah, and Polish.
Oh.
We're here, weren't they?
This man was in the same house, well,
Yeah.
possibly, with two cows as a small boy.
Quanti anni voi?
8 anni,
Ah,
ora ricordo.
Oh,
8 anni, cioccolato.
Sei, cioccolato.
cioccolato. Mangiare, bambini. Mangiare cioccolato.
And Dad,
Inglese, dai.
Dad was a
Cioccolato.
Ventadue.
Io bambina piccola.
Sì,
Io
Ventadue. No, Oce.
ricordo. India.
Chapati.
Già,
Sì, ciabatte.
Oh, no buono. No buono.
Pidocchio qui. Pidocchio.
Pinocchio. Puppet.
I soldati, tutto, guerra qui, no? E c'era Pidocchio. Il Pidocchio qui. Pidocchio qui.
Ah, yeah, make the puppets.
Soldati.
Soldiers made puppets.
Sì,
Ehi, cosa mi giocate?
perché sta pecciando?
Diciamo.
No, non voglio vedere.
La signora
Might have a photo.
costano due mucche morte, signora costano,
Questo mi ricordo.
no, non la casa.
No, remember. See the man in the way? No.
Strada. Questo è un giro.
Noi visita Sonya. Sonya?
Sì.
Yeah. Dove la casa mucche morte? Dove?
Ero qui.
Var det okej to visit there?
Però modificare, sì, ma modificato.
No, cambia.
Oh, it's rubble.
Casa nuova.
Casa nuova.
No, casa
Oh, nuova. Oh, it's a new house.
Yes, yeah, I got it now.
Guarda qua, c'è te casa vecchia,
Well,
dove non leva,
my nome
Casa
Raimondo.
Raimondo.
Capito?
Antonio.
Antonio.
nuova, sì, c'è te casa vecchia.
Yeah.
Chi è? Mamma? Nonno?
Mamma,
A te.
Nuova Zelanda.
No, no, padre.
Padre.
Me a foot.
Mi matrimonio. Matrimony.
Matrimonia.
Ah,
We
beh,
should
sì,
do
sì,
a
sì.
Marito e moglie.
see.
Sì. Bella.
Dove dormire adesso? Dove? Lanciano?
Monte Cassino.
Oggi.
Monte Cassino.
Yeah.
Dormire dove?
Yeah.
Monte
Tonight.
Cassino domani. Celebrations.
Oh, remember.
Aspetta,
German,
aspetta.
India,
Ricordo.
inglesi, domani.
Ricordo guerra prima. Mamma, ricordo.
Ricordo.
Sì,
Ricordo.
ricordo tutto qui scritto.
Oh, you want to write the details, for the video? Maybe send a video.
Cimitero, canatese, Lanciano,
Yeah, see,
Fossa Cessi.
noi visitano. Yeah, at Trey Rico, Michigan.
Ah,
So,
Yeah, I got them in there. I got them.
mare qui, strade qui, cimitero morto, canatese.
Wonder.
Cimitero.
Sì,
Sì, britannico.
Lanciano,
lanciano.
ancora sotto, verso Fossa Mare.
The mare.
Eh.
Sì. How do you say yesterday?
Che come si chiama?
Sabato.
Morto,
Sabato. Vista.
a vista.
Britannico Cemetery.
See, yeah.
Qui, quando arrivava in tedesco, da lì, casa non so, fatto un buco così,
Uh-huh.
panze, come si chiama? Panze,
Oh, big group photo.
grande, pum pum.
Doing where they were selling from.
Shelling from Sonya to here.
Sentire orecchio, sentire orecchio, pum,
Sì, ricordo.
Do a mucca.
Scary.
Do a mucca.
How do you say
Io
scary?
ero piccola, 8 anni. Io, 8 anni.
due morti
Sì, io
tedesco.
ricordo.
Oh, two Germans killed.
Il Germano è morto, due, ricordo, tu, strada vicino, cannonate, casa, pum. Guerra,
Where non boy.
brutto,
Vabbè.
fame.
Oh.
Non c'era niente.
No, quella no.
Ricordo nessuno come si chiama, ricorda amico, ricordo.
Come on.
Che tu assassini?
Ci c'è ricordo.
Tu sei, aspetta,
Wait.
classi quando devo...
See, see.
You wants you to write your address
Oh, scriving.
Scrivi, sì.
Scriving.
on a bit of paper. Have we got some paper?
You get a paper?
No, quando tu è nato, tu bambino, piccolo, quando anni c'hai, tu anni?
21.
21.
A 21, allora,
Ero 21.
83. 83.
Ah, yeah.
82.
82.
Allora, 21, aspetta. Amico, classe 21, lì, biondo, capito? Ricordo, 2, giovane, 21, uguale a te,
See, giovane.
giovane,
Yeah.
giovane, uguale a te, 21. Un altro qui, grande te. Alt, basta.
Had a big mustache, a big man with a mustache.
Sessanta.
60 troppe anni, troppo.
Big mustache. E padrone. Lui.
Questo vecchio era grande.
Bella.
Sono molto questo qui. Morto.
Oh, morto.
Questo è morto.
Ah,
Quello piorto.
yeah.
Uguale a te, uguale.
Okay. Let's see. Killed.
Killed.
Poi adesso devi giocare carta. No, lui, Alex, tutti insieme. Sì, il bambino, vedere. O là, o qua.
Ah,
Giocare carta. Ramino.
Oh. What's he say?
maybe this is Nuevo.
Yeah.
Nuevo.
Sì.
And further up,
No, quello no.
you dorme.
Sì,
Fico.
io picca, vedere quando giocare lui.
I bambini sempre vedere.
Yeah.
Bambin. And vive.
Sì, qui.
Your
Sì.
casa as a bambina? Casa?
Era il bambino, no? Dietro lì.
Ah, yes. Maybe we go and look at the old
Can we
ones.
take a video?
Casa Vecchio.
Casa Vecchio.
Is it okay to
No, è rotto.
Villa
Tutto
Vista?
rotto. Ho
Tutto
visto, lo vedevo, devo fare le fotografie, forse.
Tutto rotto.
Rotto vuol dire finito.
Finito.
Maybe no one lives there.
No.
I know there's never been a man in the awful shape I'm in. I can't even spell my name, my head's in such a spin. Today I tried to eat a steak with a big old tablespoon. You got me chasing rabbits,
We're
walking
going
on my
towards that
hands and
viaduct. We're
howling
going to cross
at
that
the moon.
viaduct.
Well, sugar, I took one look at you, and it
Big
almost
lake
drove
off the
me
Sandro.
mad. And then I even went and lost what little sense I had. Now I can't tell the day from night. I'm crazy as a loon. You got me
Just come through
chasing
some
rabbits,
big
pulling out my
tunnels.
hair and howling at the moon.
Park for curious people.
Some friends of mine asked me to go out on a hunting spree, 'cause there ain't a hound dog in this state that can hold a light to me. I eat 3 bones for dinner today, then tried to tree a coon. You got me chasing rabbits, scratching fleas, and howling at the moon.
This is
I
the road
rode my horse
around
to
up to the
town
monastery,
today, and a gas pump we
and
did
looking
pass.
across here, we were kept in a plantation, and we're able to see the fortresses, the flying fortresses, American fortresses, dropping their bombs on the monastery. But looking around, I'm unable to see the plantation we were camped in.
And didn't one drop one on you?
An American pilot flew over to drop his bomb either in the monastery or the town of Cassino, but didn't reach his objective.
Yeah.
Before he got to the town, he turned and dropped the bomb in our plantation. But fortunately, nobody was hurt. But at night time, we'd be sitting in our trucks playing cards, and aeroplanes would come over, and some of the men knew the motors. They say it's a radial, it's a German. And next thing, crack, 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 they'd drop a string of butterfly bombs which explode in the air and threw shrapnel everywhere. But the moment we heard the radial engine, everybody out of the truck and down and underneath the truck, because the truck's tray, the truck tray was made of steel, and we were protected from that. And looking across here now, so much built up that I just can't see where we were billeted for a week. But it's somewhere over there.
No, it's for them.
It's definitely beautiful up here today.
Jumping from road to road.
Dove stai? Tutti là stanno?
What was it like when you were last here, Dad?
I came in here in the store,
Yeah.
all filigree work, and I picked up a handful of filigree glass off the floor, put them in my pocket.
It was knee deep in the glass of the walls.
Yes, I'm sure it was this entrance. There was nothing with any rubble.
Plant pieces, eh?
Yeah.
Should we go around the outside?